We started grad school at the same time. Ruby was in sculpture and I was in photo, and had a big crush on her.
And then it took us a little while because we were both really shy.
But from the time that we got together, we've just been together.
This makes Danny's glue gun look kind of lame, right?
I don't know, I mean, it works for me. I mean, art is so much of our life, so, you know, art is the personal. I kind of did some new things, like this vase is just leaning slightly to the right, which I don't mind, but I just started to worry that it was something that would annoy somebody else. So I'm texting Ruby without letting her know exactly what I'm concerned with, so that if she sees it and she says, I don't like that, I would probably remake the picture.
That's one thing that I think Danny and I do really well together is give each other really no frills feedback.
Oh, shit.
So here's the picture that I was gonna show you. Can you see that? Look at all those babies. Oh, here you can see. See that baby? That's mine. And that's Danny. He's cute, right? But it's not just looks with him. It's the whole package. It's crazy, but I like it.
Before Gus was born.
Typical studio day. We wake up at 9.
Well, unless I went surfing. And then studio, which could be anywhere from 2 to, you know,
and
8 hours or
we do a
10
lot
hours.
of stuff at night too.
And then, yeah, drinks with friends or dinner.
Make love for hours.
Make love for hours. That is funny. Up we go!
We're ambitious and we want to accomplish things, and for years we've been like, well, you know, we really don't know about having a kid because neither one of us wants to give up anything. That was a big thing for us. And then we realized, like, fuck this conversation. Like, this is like not something we can control.
Yeah.
And
let's whatever. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm so completely obsessed with my work. There's this mythology that you have to sacrifice everything to be a good mom. At least that's the one that I inherited. You know, so I think that there was like a lot of extra guilt for me that I was choosing to take myself out of Gus's daily life, and that was my decision. And then also guilt that I really wanted to go back to my studio. Hi, guys.
You're gonna stain all of them?
Yeah, but there's something about the staining that brings out, I mean, this sounds really quaint when I say it, but it brings out like the... You okay?
You okay?
You okay? I remember when Danny went back to work, everyone would be like, oh my God, you're an amazing dad. You took 6 weeks off. That's so cool, you know? And he was getting like a lot of positive feedback. And then when I went back to work at 3 months to my studio, I remember so many comments like this one. That must be so hard. I think I had a lot more
fear and anxiety about losing my identity and losing the things that I've managed to accomplish so far, and like my small foothold in being an artist that's working. And Danny didn't have that kind of anxiety. But I think I was afraid I wouldn't be a good enough mom. Whenever I would talk to women of a different generation, of an older generation, the response would be like, well, maybe you need to rethink your life right now. As opposed to what I really needed, which was reinforcement. That I was not like fucking up my baby and, you know, being selfish. But I don't know, Dano, I mean, did you ever have any guilty feeling going back? Because I remember you blasted out of here.
I was conflicted, I think, when I first went back to work. When there's less time, you just have to be more thoughtful about how you spend it. Even though it's maybe there's less available time, I haven't got less done. I really haven't. Is it ready? Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I want them to read as individual works, but...
But was this a decision, their spacing here? Because this feels kind of...
Yeah, yeah.
I think it looks so great.
Cool. You do?
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it.
But honestly, now having Gus, it's such a pleasure and a relief to have some other thing that's very important that pulls you away from all that stuff. You know, you can't obsess and take care of Gus. You have to obsess about Gus, and then you can obsess about the other stuff or whatever. You know, like, it's really nice to have just this whole other amazing part. It's not about art. It's just about, I don't know, it's about life and love and family and all that good stuff.
And, you know, eventually a studio assistant.
Yeah, small hand labor as well, which I think that'll come into play in a couple years, so.
Perfect. Okay, but don't be mad at me, okay, sweetie? All right?
What's this? Because I've been wondering all this time. You got your pants all dirty, crazy guy.